You're watching the Faithful Fan Talk Podcast with your host, The Noster. Featuring live takes, news updates, game reactions, with real Lakers and 49ers fans. And now, time to get right into it with your host.
Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a good week. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Faithful Fan Talk Show, and you join me, your host, The Noster. And we're going to talk about 49ers football this week. And we are going to go over the weekly projections for this upcoming 2027 NFL season for the 49ers. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, comment below, like the video. Make sure to follow me at Blue Sky at Faithful Fan Talk. Chime in if you want to be a guest on this show. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Our Week 1 prediction. We go ahead into the future, and we are going against the Rams. Now, we are considered the road team in that game, and I did some research on this. We actually have a pretty good solid fan base in Australia that actually favors the 49ers. So even though we're considered the road team, the fact that we have our fan base on our side is a clear advantage for us. So I know we're going to be going there 16 hours ahead. I'm pretty sure the 49ers will want to get there as early as possible to get adjusted to the time. They'll have the fan base ready. So I expect the 49ers to walk away with a win at Australia against the Rams. Now, after that, we got Week 2, and we got to play the Miami Dolphins at home. We do go back into Levi Stadium for a Sunday game, which is a home game. And the fact I think the 49ers are playing a team that's going to be probably considered one of the worst teams in the NFL. I'm going to go ahead and make the easy prediction for this one. The Niners will win that game and be 2-0. So now heading on to Week 3, we got the Arizona Cardinals. Another Sunday afternoon game in Levi Stadium. They will be playing an Arizona team that is also considered one of the worst teams in the NFL. Now, if you go back to memory lane last year, the Niners did play the Arizona Cardinals, and Eddie Pinheiro, who was the coming out as their new kicker to replace sorry Jake Moody, he actually kicked the game-winning field goal against Arizona. So that was a pretty good memory to have of Eddie Pinheiro. So, but I do expect this team this time around against Arizona. This should be an easy win for the 49ers. So I'm coming out of this Week 3 with a 3-0 record. Now Week 4 we get into an actual competitive team at Levi Stadium once again. It's going to be an afternoon game, which it's going to be against Denver Broncos. So, what do I think about this particular matchup? Now, Denver came off an impressive record last year, and there was a lot of arguments on if Bo Nix had remained healthy for that game against New England, it should have been Denver in the Super Bowl and not New England. I think Denver would have made a much more competitive matchup against Seattle in the Super Bowl than the New England Patriots, because obviously a lot of people pick, Patriots should never have gotten there, if it wasn't for Bo Nix. And I mean, there's a lot of valid points. So I do expect the Niners to win this game though. And the reason I say that is because Drake Greenlaw, who came off after being with the Niners, spent a whole year in Denver. And it never really worked out. He was on there on, I think, a 1-year deal. And, guess what? Drake Greenlaw's back with the 49ers. So I'm gonna think he's gonna be really motivated to get some revenge on his former team. And I just think it's gonna be more of a defensive effort win than offensive. So it could go either way. It's going to be at home. So that's why I give the 49ers the advantage against Denver that week. So I'm expecting a 4-0 record coming off of week 4. Now, week 5 we play at Seattle. And we got our butts kicked last year. I don't know if the additions that the 49ers have made this offseason so far, or even the draft additions we've made, are going to be enough to get over a team like Seattle. Especially at Seattle in week 5. I don't think this is going to end up well. We could get an ass whooping in week 5. I would not be surprised. So I'm probably going to lean towards the 49ers' first loss of the season at Seattle. As usual, it's always a tough place to play in Seattle to begin with anyway. So they will probably likely drop to 4-1 after that game. Now, following that game, we do have the Washington Commanders. And that will be actually a primetime game on ESPN. So I expect the Niners to come out pumped for that game. And the reason I say that is because keep an eye the next couple of weeks. Brandon Ayuk wants to go to that team. And the Commanders are dead set on getting this guy at a relatively pretty much no cost at all. They're waiting for Brandon Ayuk to get cut from the 49ers rather than making a trade to acquire him. 49ers will probably run this as long as they can to cut ties with him. But whether or not Brandon Ayuk lands with them, I mean, I'm guessing he will. But I don't see this Brandon Ayuk situation, even with the Commanders, them coming out on top against the 49ers. 49ers, but keep in mind, we have our own weapon now in Mike Evans. And I will take Mike Evans any day over the week, of the month, or the year over Brandon Ayuk. Let's just put it that way. That should put that debate to rest, okay? We don't even need to get into that. But anyways, we will have an episode later. Before the season starts, we will talk about Mike Evans. And I'll bring in my special guest from the Bucks, Flo, so we can talk about Mike Evans more in depth, because we didn't really get too in depth with Mike Evans in a prior episode. So that's my thought. 49ers will take week 6 against Washington and win. Now, we have week 7 at Atlanta. That's going to be an away game. I believe the 49ers should be able to pull this one out in Atlanta. I don't feel like this should be a difficult game. It is going to be in the morning, but I expect them to gut that win out. And that takes us to the week 8 bye week. So that should be a solid week of rest, in which they'll get, if they have any potential injuries or players that are banged up, hopefully they can get their act together for week 9 when they play the Las Vegas Raiders. It is going to be an afternoon game. It's going to be in Levi Stadium. And I do expect the 49ers to also walk away with a win on week 9. I know the Raiders have made some significant improvements to their roster, with front office management making some pretty critical changes for the better. But even with the new quarterback, I don't believe the 49ers, I don't believe the Raiders will have enough firepower against the 49ers on week 9. Heading out to week 10 now. We got the Dallas Cowboys now. It is the Dallas Cowboys. And you got to just think that when the 49ers play at Dallas, it's not a matter of if, but when the Cowboys crumble, as they've been known to do. Now remember, Osa Odigizua is now with the 49ers. They acquired him from Dallas, so that's another reason why I'm going to pick the Niners to walk out of this with a defensive effort. It's going to be a close game, but I'm picking the 49ers to win by, I'm going to say, a field goal. They'll probably win in the deciding moments of the game. So that is my pick for Week 10. Week 11, they got to go travel now to Mexico. And they're going to play the Minnesota Vikings. They are considered the home team. Now, this is going to be a revenge game. If you guys don't know, Jauan Jennings signed a new deal with the Vikings, and I'm pretty sure he's going to want some revenge against the 49ers on the fact that they did not consider him at a valued addition to to reacquire in negotiations for the upcoming year. I guess the asking price was a little bit too much. They let Jauan Jennings walk, so he went ahead and signed with the Vikings. So I'm probably going to say the 49ers will lose that game at Mexico versus the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Week 12, we got Seattle again. We're coming back home to Levi's for an afternoon game. I don't care if you're on the road or if you're at home. If this is the same Seattle team that's going to be reminiscent of last year, it's not going to look good. Remember, we have not scored a damn touchdown against Seattle in who knows how long. I think I'd have to check. But I remember Kyle Shanahan was interviewed last year, and he, for the life of him, I believe he doesn't even remember when was the last time he scored a touchdown. I think it was the whole year. So, if that's any indication of what's to come this year, we got a long, set of prep to do against Seattle and trying to overcome all the challenges with the team. So yes, the 49ers, I'm gonna lean on. They're gonna lose the home game against Seattle that game. They go back at New York the following week for Week 13. They play the Giants, which was going to be another morning game. But I expect the 49ers to go ahead and walk out with the win that week. We got Week 14. We go back to Levi's Stadium against the Rams. That one is going to be interesting because the Rams at that point, their schedule at the end of the season for the Rams specifically is going to get really tough. They will try to they will be in desperation mode to get as many wins as possible. So I am thinking they are going to be their backs will be against the wall, and I'm thinking the Rams will probably find a way to gut out a win against the Niners at Levi's. So I'm going to pick the Rams, unfortunately, to walk away with the win, which will mean that the Niners and the 49ers and the Rams are going to split a game each this upcoming year. Week 15, we got the Chargers at SoFi, Levi South, and it doesn't matter. Levi South, SoFi, it doesn't matter which team is playing there. If the 49ers are there, it's still considered pretty much a home game for us, for the Niners. So now they have been getting better on the defensive side. They got Jim Harbaugh at the helm for the Chargers. I still expect the Niners to walk away with the win. It is going to be a Thursday night game, but I expect the Niners to go ahead and take it. Week 16 is going to be against Kansas City now. That is a Sunday afternoon game. It is at Kansas City. And what does that mean? What has that meant for the last couple of years? Every time we played Kansas City, we got our ass kicked. There's no sugarcoating it. Every time we play Kansas City, we play a team like Baltimore, we play a team like Cleveland. It seems like we're always getting our asses handed down to us. And I don't think it's going to be any different this year. This is going to be sort of a game that Kansas City will want to prove that they're still legitimate contenders, and they will probably handle us easily, unfortunately. It is going to be at Kansas City. Niners have not generally played well at Arrowhead. So that's just, that's just the reality. What can you do? Week 17, we got to play the Philadelphia, the 76ers, the Eagles. It is going to be a primetime game. It is going to be at Levi's. Now, it may or may not rain around that time. It's January, winter weather type. And normally around that time, we start getting the colder, rainier weather, which, who knows, it might be an ugly game. And Niners, although they tend to play more or less in rainy weather, they're playing against the Eagles. I'm still going to take the Niners because I think they will want to get a good momentum going for the playoffs. They're going to try to grab as many wins as possible towards the end of the season to try to beat the Rams for that top spot, or at least get not the number one or not the number one. If Seattle's continues to be dominant, they will try to be at least at the most at the number 2 spot in the NFC West. So I'm going to pick the Niners to win that game, although they're playing pretty much a tough team in Philadelphia. And for Week 18, obviously, we're playing at Arizona, which is going to be, it depends. It could be a Saturday game or a Sunday game. I don't care what game we play, what day. The Niners are going to walk away with a win that week. So, having said all that, the record that I'm predicting that they will come out with is a 12-5 record. Is that really a shocker? No, not really. This is what I expect. If they do get out a win against any of these teams that could go either way, I would say would be the Rams. That may up it to 13-4, but I think 12-5 is more realistic than a 13-4 record. If you guys have different thoughts on what the record might be for the Niners, let me know. Chime in the comments section below. Let me know your thoughts. If you agree or disagree, I want to hear what you guys have to say. So as far as my NFL predictions go, that's it. That is my 2027 NFL yearly win-loss record prediction. And remember to subscribe to the channel, to the Faithful Fan Talk Show, and follow me on Blue Sky at Faithful Fan Talk. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.